I'll walk you through the steps involved in DWPC migration. In DWPC migration, we have two migration packs. Let us take a look at the migration packs. So we can see template DWPC migration and template DWPC process migration. In template DWPC migration pack, we can see the forms related to the services, service requests, surveys, and entitlements. In the process migration pack, we can see the forms related to process and process definitions. Let us take a look at the system configurations required for the migration. We can navigate to configuration, register and configure systems. For the first migration pack, which included tenant forms, we need to register the source system as type DWPC. When we select the type as DWPC, we will be able to input catalog and tenant details under the database section. So we can give the catalog's schema name in catalog physical DB name field and the tenant schema name in tenant physical DB name field. The logical DB names of catalog and tenant should always be entered as catalog and tenant only. In this source system, we also need to make sure that under properties tab, we can see unique ID transform having a value. This prefix should be different from the prefix that is available in your ITSM source system. For this first migration pack, the target system should be having the type remedy. So if you see the remedy type system will be configured for your ITSM migration as well. So we can continue using the same target system for DWPC migration. For the process pack, we need to register both source and target as type relational database. For process source, when we enter the type of relational database, we will be able to provide the tenant schema name in your database name field. As my system is MS SQL, I have provided the schema name as DBO and the logical name should always be entered as default. Similarly, in the target process system, we can see the type is relational database and we have given the network address and network details here, database details here. And in the schemas tab, we can see the IA schema name provided here and the logical name should be given as default. Once the systems are registered, for each system, we need to create a HTM user. Using action, create HTM database integration, we can create an HTM user inside the database. For that, we need to provide the system admin username and password here and click on create database integration. The HTM users are already created for the demo purpose. Next step would be getting the database character set. So on clicking this database character set, we will be able to get the DB collation of the system, and also you can notice the system will be enabled for data migration. Repeat the steps for all your other systems. Once these are all complete, we can discover the data discoveries. From action menu, click on Discover Data Dictionary and click on Discover and Track. This would discover the data dictionary of the system. Repeat that for all the systems. Let us take a look at the discoveries. So first, the system that we have registered as type DWPC, we'll go to the data dictionary and we can see that this dictionary will have two sets named catalog and tenant. We can also see the list of forms under both catalog and tenant dictionary sets. A process discovery will be having only the list of forms and there will be no set. There will be only one set which will have all the tables inside that schema. Now the systems are ready. We can further continue with the file system configurations. As we will be running two migrations, we need to configure file system connections. First for DWPC source and the Oracle remedy target. Here, so we can configure a shared or separate file system according to the network configurations. Similarly, we need to configure file system for our DWPC process source and process target. Now, this dictionaries and file system configurations are complete. We can go to our migration packs and create the custom migration packs to our discoveries. Example, we'll go to the template DWPC pack, the first pack, which is having all the tenant and catalog forms. We need to copy this template pack to our DWPC source and the remedy target. And click on copy migration pack. Similarly, the process pack should be copied to process source and the process target. So after clicking copy migration pack, we can see the migration packs getting generated here. These two are the packs that we have created. We can see the tenant forms in here and in the process, we can see the process related forms. So these will be the packs we'll be using further. So for DWPC migration, we also need to perform a clear down of DWPC. For that, we need to have the template clear down pack according to your target version. This template pack should be copied to your remedy target. We would have already done this step in part of ITSM migration. So we can make use of the same clear down pack. Before doing the clear down, there are some pre-migration scripts to be run. For that, we can go to, first we'll go to DWPC process source and click on administrate. As part of metadata imports, we import some data update templates related to DWPC, which are data update template DWPC 2002 or 2008 to 20.23.3 and pre-migration scripts underscore DWPC process source. So this is for our process source. So what we'll do is we click on run data updates, select your process source and select the process source template in here and click on create new data update job. This will create a job in under track data update jobs. We can see the list of scripts, and once the scripts are visible, we need to go run these scripts one by one. First, we will run first 3 scripts and also set DWPC group assigned to migrate script using run selected script. So these 2 scripts we are ignoring because they are related to 2008. In the demo, we have the source system version as 2002. So we need to similarly perform a step in DWPC source. For that, we go to administrate and under data updates, we click on run data updates, select our DWPC source. Here we need to select this DWPC template and click on create new data update job. We can see the job created here. Here we just need to run this tag groups link to VM and click on run selected script. Now there is a pre-migration script to be run in DWPC target. So we need to select the target remedy system, click on administrate. Here in data updates, we need to run data updates for the target and select your DWPC template, create a new data update job. So we can see the job here. And in this job, we only have to click on this pre-migration backup and run selected script. This will create a backup of some tables in your target system, which will later be used in the migration. So now we are good with pre-migration steps. We can go ahead with the clear down. So for clear down, we need to click on delete data. For delete data, we click on delete data and select our Oracle target. And we can see the export template listed here. We need to select DWP catalog 2002 and above. Click on next, next, and we can increase the number of threads and click on confirm delete. This will create first an export job, which will export the data, and then on confirmation, the delete operation will be performed. So click on start export. And I have clicked on confirmation on delete, and we have got the data deleted. Now we can proceed to the DWPC migration. For that, there is a utility named build HTM CSV. This utility needs to be run before performing DWPC data migration. For that, we need to run select group ID group name from group underscore X query in your tenant database of source and then save the output as source.csv. Similarly, run the same query in your target database and save the output of the query as target.csv. So we need to place both the source and target CSV files in your build HTM CSV folder, and then using these commands, we can run that utility based on your Python version. You can use any of these commands. You can see that our source.csv and target.csv are given as input to the file, and this utility will generate two files for us named output.csv and output.2.csv. So once the utility is run, we will be able to see both of these CSV files in here. We can ignore output to CSV file, and we will be using this output.csv file in our HTM data migration pack. So for that, we need to select our custom migration pack, which is having tenant and catalog forms. You can click on form mapping. You can see a tab named data enrichment. If you see, there are 5 group ID list transform mappings here. So we need to select each row and go to mapping data. Here, upload CSV, choose file, select the output CSV file and click on upload. Once uploaded, you can see the output CSV file being here. This CSV file basically contains the group names with their group IDs in source and the same group names with the group IDs in the target. So this data will be used as an enrichment in the field mappings of forms. Similarly, select the other group ID list transform rows and upload the same CSV. You can see we have uploaded the CSV in all these 5 mappings. Now this pack is ready. We can go to this pack and change the status of this pack to published. Similarly, we can change the status of this process migration pack to published. Then we are good to perform the data migration. We can click on data migration, migrate data. Select DWPC source and the remedy target. Can select all data, click on next, and you can increase the threads and click on confirm migration. You can see that the data got exported. Now we can go to the migration job and click on import. Click on next. Here we can increase the number of threads. And in ID transform, we need to select selective transform. And in group IDs, we need to select prefix and give the prefix as 1. In user cache import action, we need to click on modify and click on confirm data import. The import job is completed. Now we can perform process migration. For that, click on migrate data. Select your process source and your process target. You can see the migration pack getting listed and you can select all data. Click on next, next, and we can increase the threads and click on confirm migration. We can see the process data being exported. Now we can go to the migration job and create an import job. Can increase the number of threads, and in ID transform we select selective transform. Group IDs we prefix with 1 and user cache we change it to modify and click on confirm data import. This will create the import job and we can see that import got completed. Now we can run the post migration scripts in our target. For that, we can go to the administration of target system. And we have already run the data updates. We just have to go to the track data update jobs. And run the list of scripts available here. You can see the results of the scripts once updated. And also there is some description of the script, purpose of the script under details tab. So we need to run all of these scripts according to your target version. You can refer to the documentation of the list of scripts to be run. Now we need to go ahead and run process upgrader utility. So we can see a process upgrader utility available here. This is the command to run the process upgrader utility. So this fix all action will help us to fix all the overlays and process definitions. And we need to input the target database type, target host name, port details, and the user credentials and the password, and a kind of this is the log file. We can rename it. And then once we run this process upgrader utility, we can see the ignore file, which will have what are the process that's been fixed and all the details. And in DWPC process upgrader, we can see at the end, we can see a summary of how many process variables been fixed, what expressions, how many expressions got fixed, and all these details are available in this output file. Once this process upgrader is completed, we need to restart the AR services parts. So there is another utility named fix cache. So this is the utility, and this utility will rebuild the group and user cache. So for that, we need to run the fix cache utility, provide the required input parameters. This is target IP, port, and admin username, password. And when we pass group as an input, it will regenerate the group cache. And when we pass user as input, it will regenerate the user cache. So there is a sample output when we run with user cache, it found 10 corrupted records and it has fixed it. So after running the utility, we are complete with the DWPC migration. Thank you.